Going back on record. So can we get a, on the record, that you want me to put this on the website, a motion or whatever we're going to do?
To carry on. Carry on posting it.
Go ahead and publish this in due course.
Publish. Because it's
Oh,
not,
wait a minute.
it's not
This is
partisan.
partisan. I'm not taking a stand.
Yeah, it's not.
Okay.
It's informational, in my mind.
Okay.
What about,
They should do.
Steve, you were going to talk about some amendments to the LRSAs?
What's that?
It's on your
That was on
homework.
your
Well,
homework.
I'll tell you what's left because we're not going to get to it, but just to keep
That's
in
good.
mind
We're not gonna
what
get
you're
to
going
it.
to think about.
Yeah.
It's really just the rewrites that you all have talked about that we haven't gotten to. One of the rewrites is on this political activity thing. So the other rewrite was to filing of present economic disclosures. And then when we talked about that a little bit last time, Steve had mentioned that somewhere in that rewrite, I wanted to reflect that any person appointed to a LRSA cannot participate in any LRSA business until they file the disclosure.
Did I say that?
So what you did, it
it
wasn't
like
good
you invite
enough that
someone
it's
to
going to be
sandwich?
by the 15th of this year, the February 15th of each year, and
Oh,
30
right,
days
right.
after
Yeah, 'cause there's
appointment.
such a- there's
You want
such
them
a-
not to participate in any
Yeah,
business
Right.
before. So
Remember that discussion?
although
Yes,
I
remember the discussion.
They're elected,
Yeah.
but then there
And there's
might
a gap.
be, there's a huge gap, it might be a huge
Till
gap.
fall.
Between the
yeah.
next, yeah. So the
Right.
concept is, as soon as they're elected, they fill that one out, and then
Right.
they fill one out again the next calendar
Yeah.
year.
well, the code says when they're elected, they have to fill one out within 30 days
Yeah.
of election, and then annually by the 15th of each
Right.
year. But you were wanting to clearly state that you don't participate in LRSA
Until
business
30 days.
until you
Oh.
filed your
Because-
disclosure.
Yeah, because what was happening was they're waiting until their first meeting.
Right.
They're not meeting the 30-day limit.
Right, no, they're
Deadline.
waiting to their first meeting.
Yeah.
And I think what I wanted was they have to disclose, that has to be the first order of business at that first meeting.
Yeah, but what this does is going to put a burden back on the staff to
Yeah.
actually communicate
Well,
with the members, which is fine,
Or
and
then,
get them to
or then have them
or
do
they
it by
fill
mail.
out.
I mean, when
Yeah.
I originally was appointed to the board here, I did it by mail. I think I emailed
All you
them.
have to say is that, you will not be seated at the board until you do.
Right. Until you fill that out.
Yeah,
That's the way, several of the
yeah.
other ones work. So just,
Yeah.
they shouldn't be seated on the board until.
Yeah. So however
they
that-
have that.
Yeah, I don't know if we need it.
So I bring that up just to say, barring anything else coming up, we should be able to dive right into these rewrites next month. So I'll send them out, and you just keep in mind that that's bring your edits, for these things.
I emailed mine to you this morning. Did you get that?
Was that the outline for ethics board
Very old
resolution
trick.
process?
You gotta
That's right. I emailed it to Steve
Yeah.
and Lisa.
dog
Did you use my
ate
work
it, and
email or my personal?
Use your
All
personal.
right.
Okay, thank you.
Take care.
Bye, Ted. Drive carefully.
Because see, he sent it to you. You're supposed to create a checklist from the
Yeah,
procedures.
that's right.
Thank you.
I'll have to go see if I can find that email.
So is there anything else? Any member comments, audience participation?
Lisa, could you email us reminders about this committee that Ernie gave us?
Yes.
If you stick it, if I get an email from you, like a
And
couple
luckily,
days before,
it was
that's right,
very
yeah.
nice that they happened to be. They were meeting on Wednesdays too, so it's sort of kind of perfect for.
Do they get
What
lunch?
time?
They do. What did I put on here? 1 to 2, or wait a minute, 12
Noon
to
to
1.
one.
Is it noon to 1?
Is that
But they do not get a lunch.
Is that the next meeting that you were saying we're having in 2 weeks, or?
That's
Yeah.
their meeting. Is
So
in
our
2
next
weeks.
meeting is the normal
Yeah.
second?
Next
October
Wednesday.
the
Our next
8th.
meeting's the normal second Wednesday.
Okay.
So
Yeah, but we're not required
October
to
something.
attend this meeting.
Not required, but
Okay.
there
Just wanna make sure
an
I don't
invitation
kick
is
off the board.
extended.
Seriously, you
Yeah.
gotta get a call.
Yeah.
Call.
Sergeant.
Okay, so let's get a
we're
movement
looking
to
for a
adjourn, and
motion
I
for
will
adjourn.
remind everybody.
I do have a
Second.
suggestion, however, before we actually adjourn. We take up a collection so that she can get enough fingernail polish to paint all her nails the same color.
Seahawks, I went to the game on Thursday.
Oh,
Woo! It was so
Oh,
fun.
Yeah.
Nice.
They have a good team this year.
All right, so we had a motion for adjournment.
I
We had a second. Not hearing objection, meetings adjourned.